Okay, hello folks to the 3 people who will ever watch this. This is just abbreviated vid to show the different rotations to deal damage as a Necrolord Resto Druid. So before key start, you want all your stacks out. Try to maintain 4 or 5 stacks on everyone in your party, although it's a bit RNG. And then once the key starts, I'll put my last stack out, and our tank goes and pulls the 4 soldiers. So T, go fuck them up, but not too fast. Our rotation is basically, if they're spread, we can Moonfire, we can throw our Trinket whenever it's free, get our Sunfire out, and then with 4 or fewer targets, get as many rakes out as you can, but prioritize Moonfire and Sunfire. So try to refresh in your Pandemic. If you miss it a little, that's completely fine. Refresh your stacks when Swarm comes back up. Go back into Rake, and then depending on mob health, you can either dump combo points into a Ferocious Bite if there's a prio target or they're low, or you can just throw a Rip instead of a Rake at any point. Once mobs start getting low, you can start to just swipe if you know they're going to be dead soon. Like there's a higher health target here, so you might just put a Ferocious Bite into this one. And then when they die, you'll see on a 4 target pull, we have roughly 10k overall. That's without buffs other than a flask, and without Heart of the Wild. So that's like pretty much unbuffed except for a bit of int. For single target, we'll attack this Corpse Harvester. So we go in, we open with a Stealth Rake, never overwrite that. Get your Rip on cooldown straight away, so it's already applied. And then just go into maintaining Swarm. Refresh the Rake once it's very low. Refresh Rip. Refresh Sunfire, Moonfire. And then the game here is on single target. Just try to keep uptime on all 4 of these dots. As your Swarm bounces around as well, it will do a bunch of damage and empower all your dots over and over. So we'll run out quickly and reset this. Come back in. T, do I have to reset, or will those mobs just magically be back because the boss isn't dead?
No, you should need to reset.
I need to reset, okay.
So.
So we'll reset instances, very professional setup. And we should be good to go back in. Okay, now this one gets a lot simpler. Where we'll now just do like the default wake pull. So T, you just pull what you'd normally pull all together. Obviously, we have no fixes here. Explosive is a fun week to be doing this. So we can start Sunfire once our tank has threat. I usually put this Vanguard on focus. Trinket when they're all grouped. And then here I actually would heart, usually. If it's tyrannical, I might hold because we'll get to the boss too fast. But other than that, it's just Sunfire the pack. Go in, swipe away, keep Swarm stacks up, and dump combo points into the highest HP mob, which isn't here, but it would usually be the Stitch Vanguard at this stage, not a Patchwork Soldier. And then that is the simpler rotation. For anything over 9 targets, you will default to that. If you heart, it's anything over 5 targets. And if you're on the sort of precipice between the two, for example, on 5 target, if you've got a high health or prio mob, or it's 4 target, you might just bite and rip into that target as well, instead of doing AoE. Your overall might be a bit lower, but the pull itself will be more efficient. So that's the 3 basic forms of damage rotation for Necrolord Resto Druid. It's super fun, it's super engaging, there's lots to think about. And if you ever have to heal, don't panic, don't feel like you're falling behind in your dots. It's bonus damage for the group, it's not your job. Okay? Thank you. And thank you, T,